Sean Diddy Combs, a recording entrepreneur who was previously lauded for his economic acumen and celebrity image, is now entangled in a number of claims that are very upsetting. These include both criminal and civil complaints that accuse him of sex trafficking, assault, and other forms of misbehavior that occurred over the course of many decades. Both men and women have made allegations, painting a bleak picture of individuals subjected to coercion, drugging, and abuse at parties and gatherings sponsored or controlled by Combs. This review discusses the significant lawsuits brought against Combs, their legal consequences, and their impact on society. Number 10. Sean Combs, foremost facing criminal charges. What are the federal accusations that have been stated against Sean Combs, and what proof supports these charges with regard to allegations? A federal grand jury in the Southern District of New York handed out an indictment charging Combs with various criminal offenses. Allegations against this individual include racketeering conspiracy, transportation to engage in prostitution, and sex trafficking. The prosecution asserts that Combs organized illegal actions using his wealth, influence, and businesses such as Bad Boy Records, hosting parties known as freak-offs that involved drugs, coercion, and acts without participants' consent. Number 9. Tony Busby and the ongoing wave of legal action. What patterns have plaintiffs' claims revealed, and how have the cases evolved over time? Attorney Tony Busby of Texas, who is representing more than 100 claimed victims, has emerged as a prominent figure in the legal proceedings brought against Combs. Recently, attorney Tony Busby of Texas has filed 5 new cases in federal courts, addressing accusations of sexual assault and other crimes. These complaints feature plaintiffs ranging in age from teens to individuals in their 30s, alleging they experienced drugging, violence, and coercion. The pattern of allegations is identical. Number 8. Cassandra Ventura's lawsuit and the aftermath. What were the most important claims made in Cassandra Ventura's case, and why did the settlement encourage other victims to come forward? Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura Cassie, filed a lawsuit against him, accusing him of sexual, emotional, and physical abuse over the course of 10 years. This paved the way for additional allegations to surface. Combs refuted the charges, but he reached a settlement with the plaintiffs in a single day. Following this settlement, more victims came forward with their allegations, revealing predatory conduct that Combs's public image had concealed. Number 7. Allegations of drugging victims occupy. With regard to the claimed use of drugs in incapacitating victims, how do plaintiffs characterize the situation, and which chemicals are significant? The claims repeatedly raise concerns about the use of drug-laced beverages, allegedly containing ecstasy or GHB, to render victims incapable of functioning. Several plaintiffs have reported experiencing disorientation, nausea, or even loss of consciousness after consuming the beverages provided at Combs gatherings. The testimonies of victims who attended parties and auditions repeatedly mention this purported strategy. Number 6. John Doe from Texas filed lawsuit in 2001. Which aspects of the charges made by a 17-year-old model at a party in the Hamptons in 2004 stick out the most, and how do these allegations illustrate the power dynamics that occur at these events? An individual named John Doe from Texas is the plaintiff in one of the complaints. He asserts that he experienced drugging and sexual abuse in New York City during a 2001 music video audition. He alleges that Combs and other individuals attacked him when he was unable to defend himself, with some of these assaults purportedly captured on tape. The experience left him with long-lasting emotional scars, including difficulties with relationships and mental health. Number 5. Jane Doe from Maryland filed lawsuit in 2001. What are the most important allegations from the Texas event in 2001 concerning John Doe, and what impact has it had on him? A Jane Doe alleges that she suffered an attack at a Halloween party in Manhattan in 2001. She claims that Combs and his security crew forcefully led her to a limousine and then assaulted her inside the car. She claims that drugs tainted her beverage and describes how the incident directly caused her to suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, sadness, and anxiety. Number 4. Jane Doe from New York filed a lawsuit in 2004. What aspects of the charges made by a model who was just 17 years old at the time of the Hamptons party in 2004 stand out, and how do these allegations illustrate power relations among these events? Another Jane Doe, who was a model at the time and was 17 years old, claims that she was attacked at one of Combs' 4th of July parties in the Hamptons. She recounts waking up confused with missing clothes and bruises, only to be threatened by Combs and his men. She also reports being in immediate danger. The complaint charges that victims faced compulsion and intimidation to silence them. Number 3. Recent allegations from the year 2022. What specifics are included in the claim that was made in 2022, and how do these facts vary from or mirror those of preceding incidents? There are 2 lawsuits that are based on purported events that took place in the year 2022. Under one of the allegations, a guy who is 39 years old claims that he was raped at a party that Combs threw in New York City. According to him, he recovered consciousness during the attack and ran away from the scene in a state of shock. Another complaint, this one filed by a resident of Florida, describes an alleged assault that took place at a property in Miami. According to the allegations, Combs drugged and assaulted the plaintiff prior to the incident. Number 2. Obstacles in the courtroom for plaintiffs. In the course of their legal actions against Combs, what kinds of procedural obstacles have some plaintiffs encountered? There are some cases that are complicated by legal obstacles, such as the absence of authorization to file anonymously using pseudonyms such as John Doe. The cases that were rejected by the courts were those in which the plaintiffs did not comply with the procedural criteria. In spite of the fact that statutes of limitations are about to expire, survivors are able to file claims because of provisions such as the New York Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act (GMVA), which extends their legal options until February 2025. Number 1. The wider implications. What structural problems exist within the entertainment business that are brought to light by the charges that have been made against Combs? In the entertainment business, power abuse, coercion, and exploitation are pervasive problems that are brought to light by the charges that have been made against Combs. In addition, the cases highlight the need for having legislative changes implemented, such as extending the statute of limitations for those who have survived sexual abuse. The need for social responsibility is brought to light by these incidents, which emphasize the difficulties that victims encounter when attempting to pursue justice against important persons. In conclusion, in the context of the entertainment business, the charges that have been made against Sean Diddy Combs represent a crucial crossroads in the process of addressing power dynamics and abuse. The multiple allegations of coercion, drugging, abuse, and exploitation shed attention on the systemic problems that may arise when people are shielded from responsibility due to their money and status. The number and severity of the cases portray a frightening picture of alleged predatory conduct that spans decades, despite the fact that Combs has rejected the charges. The lawsuit filed by Cassandra Ventura, which was quickly resolved, served as a turning point, pushing more survivors to emerge from their hiding places. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.